It's week 16. You know what that means. Time for another Baltimore Ravens preview prediction with yours truly, God's favorite host, the host of the Flacons podcast YouTube channel. Ravens return home after a tough loss in Cleveland. Week 16. Christmas Eve at the bank. Don't beat me there. Beat me there. Ravens preview coming to you live right after this. What's up, Flex Zone family? God's favorite host, the host of the Moist, back here wishing you and yours a happy holiday season and a happy new year. It's the only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. The Flex Zone podcast back again. Hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and sack it. Go ahead and stick that like button. Leave us a thumbs up and go ahead and bulldoze and hit that bell to know when we're live, as we'll be live after the Week 16 matchup between the Ravens and the Falcons this coming Saturday. Programming note once again on Christmas Eve. I'm going to break it down, give you my keys in just a second. But just in case you do not know, news for the Ravens, they did sign Sammy Watkins. Devin Duvernay has been placed on IR with a broken bone in his foot, so he will miss at least 4 weeks. But tweets and reports are saying he will be ready by 2023. So Devin Duvernay is gone for the 2022 campaign. I did a video, which you can check out on the Sammy Watkins signing. Duvernay is a loss, especially in the special teams aspect. Does Prochet, does Justice Hill take those duties? Does Justice Hill return kicks? Does Prochet return punts? We shall see on Saturday and the rest of the season. But Sammy Watkins knows the playbook. It looks like he is going to play and is on track to play this week. And the question of the matter is, what will be his impact? Does he play 20, 25 plays? Do they throw him the ball? Does he have some type of rapport with Tyler Huntley? Because I do think Tyler Huntley will be starting, and we'll get into that in a second. But Sammy Watkins, he is a guy who gets hurt. Hurt guys stay hurt, unfortunately. But Sammy Watkins maybe can bring some sort of spark to this offense. Maybe catching a pass, taking it 20, 30 yards. Maybe being a threat in the red zone. We shall indeed see. But Sammy Watkins, I feel indifferent about it. The Ravens receivers don't create separation well. The offense doesn't scheme them open or scheme great routes or opportunities for them to make plays. The quarterback sometimes holds the ball too long. It's just a myriad of things that are wrong with the Ravens offense. And I'm not saying this week is going to fix that by no means, no stretch of the imagination. But I do think they will have some opportunities to attack this Falcons defense, which I think lacks a lot of star power and playmakers. But let's get into the game. Let's get into my keys. The Lamar Jackson elephant in the room. I didn't think he was going to play this week anyway, and if it was up to me, I would have held him out this week also. He hasn't practiced a full week in a while. He is going to be rusty. He is going to be a little bit off with his timing, a little bit off with his rapport with his receivers. I do think that he is still hurt. Now, if you recall, Zach Wilson of the Jets, their quarterback had the same injury. He was out a month. Now, does Lamar miss a month? That would put him out the rest of the regular season, and he would be on track to return for the wild card playoff game, because I think that's where the Ravens will be playing on wild card weekend. I don't think they're getting number one seed, obviously, but even winning division at this point, I take being a fifth seed and being the highest ranked wild card team, possibly playing the AFC South winner, Tennessee, possibly going back to Jacksonville. I like those odds rather than trying to play possibly Miami again or whomever else may be the other opponent if we do win the division, honestly. Just my opinion. But then you would have to go to a Kansas City or Buffalo, and things will have to play out as they may. But I don't think Lamar Jackson is playing this week. He hasn't practiced the first 2 days of the week. Doesn't look like he's playing. Pittsburgh, I still think it's 50-50 on Pittsburgh right now, just from the outside looking in. He will have to practice, in my opinion. And honestly, if he's not right, I would hold him out against Pittsburgh too, because if he's not practicing this week, he probably, if he does come back next week, would be limited in his rehab, in his practice ability. So I would have Lamar Jackson possibly sit out even next week and maybe come back for the season finale against Cincinnati. And in that situation, I wouldn't even probably play him the whole game. I would probably, even if it is for the division, maybe just play him the first half, first 3 quarters because you want them healthy and in rhythm going into the playoffs. And at the end of the day, as long as you make it to the dance, you punch your ticket, you have a shot at a Lombardi trophy and getting and winning a Super Bowl. But let's get to the keys to the game. I want to let you guys know my thoughts and keys on this week. First key, offense got to score touchdowns in the red zone. Ravens only scored 3 points last week. We saw some miscues. They got to score some touchdowns in the red zone. Could we get at least one touchdown, one offensive touchdown this week? Is that too much to ask? Next, rush for over 150 yards. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, they were fantastic last week. Atlanta is one of the, I think, lighter run defenses the Ravens are going to see, especially at this part of the season. And I think both teams want to run football. This game could be over in 2.5, 3 hours. Game starts at 1. It could be over by 3:30. And I think both teams want to run football. I think JK and Gus, I would love to see both of them get at least 15 to 20 carries, at least each. That could be 30 to 40 runs alone, and I think they could get over 150 yards, rush for over 150 yards. No turnovers. We saw miscues last week, fumble, interceptions. Don't turn the ball over. Don't give this team hope. Don't give this team momentum. If you operate and execute fundamentally, you should win this football game. Next, use play action. You run the ball with J.K. Dobbins, almost 9 yards a carry. You run the ball with, almost 10 yards a carry, 9.7. You run the ball with Gus Edwards, 8 yards a carry. Use play action. Use first down and play action. Bootlegs, wobbles, rollouts to take your deep shots on first down. You don't want to do it on third down when the defense knows you're going to try to throw the ball. Take your shots on first down. Use Deshaun Jackson. Throw it to Sammy Watkins. Use Mark Andrews. We need Mark Andrews. He hasn't had a touchdown in multiple weeks. Use Isaiah Likely. We need these guys to make plays, and we need to give them the opportunities on early downs to take some shots downfield. Tyler Huntley, Greg Roman. Defensively, Ryder Rittler. He's a rookie. Threw for 100 yards last week. I do think he has some upside. I don't know if he's the guy, but I think he has some upside. I think he can play, and he did good in college with Cincinnati. But rattle him, get after him, get some pressure. We know Calais Campbell, Marcus Peters probably won't play as well, but I want to see more David Ajabo. I want to see more Tyus Bowser. I want to see more Owe, more Queen blitzing. I want to see more Roquan Smith blitzing. Put pressure on his rookie. John Harbaugh has a great track record against rookie quarterbacks. I said that when they took on – who did they play when they had a rookie? When they played Pittsburgh with Kenny Pickett. Roquan knocked him out the game, but Harbaugh has a good rookie quarterback record. I think that continues on Saturday. Hold them under 100 yards rushing. Aguilera out of BYU and Cordell Patterson are a great 1-2 punch. Cordell Patterson is a big guy. Got to tackle him. Keep them under 100 yards rushing. They did a good job, I think, last week until the end of the game against Chubb. Hunt didn't really do anything against Chubb. I think they did good. But hold them under 100 yards rushing. And I think they want to run the ball, as I mentioned. Hold them under 100 yards rushing. Keep them at bay. Next, take away London. Drake London, the first-round pick, 5th overall. He gets in and out of his breaks really good, can create separation, a big target, solid hands. Does have some concentration drops, as I call them at times, but Marlowe, take him out the game. Put him on him the whole game. I don't want London having more than 3 to 5 catches. I want him to be on lockdown. And tackle well. Roquan, no problem there. Patrick Queen, tackle well. Defensive line, set the edge and tackle well because they're going to run the football and try to get those gaps and get those running lanes with Patterson, Aguilera. You got to stop those. Special teams, kick it. Tucker, we know you had a tough week last week. We know you'll have amnesia. Kick the ball. These crazy, goofy 4th down, going for conversions aren't helping anybody. We aren't creative enough to do that. Kick it. Let Tucker kick it. If it's inside the 50, let him kick it. If it's at the 50, damn it, let him kick it. If it's inside the 50, let him kick the ball. I know Tucker will bounce back. He hasn't missed 2 field goals since 2018. He'll be fine. And use the weather as far as punts, returns. Use the weather. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. It is going to be very, very brutal if you're going to the game, so dress warmly. But it's going to be very cold, very windy. It's probably going to be tough conditions to throw the football, even though Atlanta has a 28th ranked pass defense. Use the weather with the punts, turn the field, put your defense out there. Make them go to the length of the field against your defense. Use the weather and returns. Be wise. Don't have to bring it out. Take the ball to 25. Help out your offense. No Duvernay. Don't try to be Superman, Justice Hill. Don't try to be Superman, James Prochet. We know you guys don't get a lot of opportunities, but don't try to be Superman and do too much. Again, key, score touchdowns in the red zone. Rush for over 150 yards. No turnovers. Use play action. Defensively, Ryder Riddler. Hold them under 100 yards rushing. Take away London. Tackle well. Special teams, kick it, and use the weather. Now, getting back to my prediction before I get out of here. I think this will be another lower scoring tough football game. I think the Ravens are 7.5-point favorites. I think the Ravens find a way to win here. And I think I've been calling for it for weeks. It will be nice to get a defensive touchdown to help out your offense. The Ravens haven't had a defensive touchdown all year. They've had interceptions and led the league in interceptions at one point. They've had some fumble recoveries, but they have not had a scoop and score, a pick six. This will be an ideal time. Christmas Eve at home against an inferior opponent, 5-9. Why not go ahead and get you a defensive touchdown? So with that being said, I think the Ravens do have a chance to win here. I'm going to go Ravens 17, Falcons 13. Ravens 17, Falcons 13. Ravens don't get 20 points, but I think they get 2 touchdowns. Maybe one of the offensive variety, one of the defensive variety, a field goal from Justin Tucker, and I think they hold Atlanta to 1 touchdown, and I think they limit them to field goals as well. And the Ravens win 17-13. Let me know your comment down below, your keys to the game, your score prediction. I'm going to go Ravens 17-13. I literally just thought of that as I was breaking down the keys and giving my outlook on this game. But again, Sammy Watkins is a Raven. Devin Duvernay out for the year on IR. Lamar Jackson has not practiced. Looks like he will not play, and I don't think he should play. Let him sit out. Let him get healthy. Let him get right. If that's not into the playoffs, let it be. I think the Ravens are at least one win away from the playoffs. Definitely 2 gets them in with 11 wins. Ravens 17, Falcons 13, Christmas Eve. We'll be live for the post-game show after the game. So make sure you tune in. Myself, God's favorite host, Big Raj, our social media producer, will be live. Might have Drizzy Dre, the executive producer of the Flex Zone, with us as well. It'll be Christmas Eve. You'll be with your families. Why not? Cozy up. Get you a nice cold beverage. Talk about some football. Talk about some Ravens football with the Flex Zone podcast. Only place giving you your sports how you want when you need it. Throw your ones up. Acknowledge the head of the sports podcast table because we are that. Ravens 17, Falcons 13. I think it'll be a low-scoring, tough defensive game. If you're still putting up Christmas decorations or wrapping presents or doing something that doesn't require a lot of attention, you can do that and still keep up with this game because it ain't going to be nothing too crazy where you're going to miss something spectacular, in my opinion. Ravens 17, Falcons 13. Hopefully the Ravens give a more exciting game than they did last Saturday. But at 1 o'clock kickoff, we'll be live. Hit the bell to know when we're live for the post-game shows. We do it every week. We've been doing it for 16 weeks going on now. We'll be doing it throughout the rest of the season if that goes into playoffs and beyond. Comment down below. Give me your prediction, your keys to the game, bold prediction, players to watch, and overall score for the Ravens game. And, of course, subscribe if you're new. Only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. Post-game show after the Ravens game. Again, Ravens 17-13 over the Atlanta Falcons. God's favorite host signing out. If I don't talk to you guys before this coming weekend, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, and I'm signing out, y'all. Go Ravens, Ravens flock. Bring it home for us, baby. At the bank, Christmas Eve. We'll be live for the post-game show. Peace.